I have been away from hometown for too long. It is more unfamiliar to me than a foreign country. My grandfather has passed away and I come back to find his memories and stories about the South China Sea as well as my homesickness. My hometown is Tangmen Town, where my grandfather was born. With the help of Geng Lu Bo and compass, my grandpa became an experienced captain and supported our family by fishing. Since he has donated the Geng Lu Bo and compass, our heirloom, I come to the museum to look for our common memories. Grandpa said Geng Lu Bo is the most precious treasure of fishermen. At the very beginning, Tangmen fishermen only used the compass to guide navigation between Xisha, Nansha, and Zhousha fishing grounds, but they might still get lost in the sea. Fishermen tried to record the routes and locations of the islands and reefs along the way for many times during voyage. Through generations of identifying, recalling, transcribing, and updating, Geng Lu Bo was finally finished. It was widely spread in Middle Ming Dynasty and prevailed from Late Ming Dynasty to era of the Republic of China. Geng Lu Bo has pointed out the right direction for my grandpa, and I finally understand that he has not only cherished those youthful days at sea, but also this sacred book born in South China Sea. Looking at the Geng Lu Bo and the familiar compass in front of me, I seem to see that my grandpa is sailing to the sea by driving a wooden sailboat. Before departure, fishermen usually prepare enough supplies for production and living. Grandpa sometimes brought 2 piglets. One was cooked as daily food, and the other was fed on an island with fresh water to be had in the spring festival. They also hold sacrificial ceremonies to pray for safety and harvest at sea. When the ships sailed to the island, they would stay here for a quite long time. I could imagine that my grandpa must have heard the birdsong on the desolate island when living there. Captains can be seen everywhere in Tangmen. Only those old men could be regarded as captains in traditional sense, because they could easily sail in South China Sea for decades only with a compass and a handwritten Geng Lu Bo. Tangmen is a small and barren farmland, and thus creates fishermen living by the sea. They have valuable qualities nurtured by the maritime civilization. For example, they dare to take risks, make trade with unfamiliar countries, break shackles, and pursue freedom. On the faces of these old heroes in the era of wooden ships, there is always bright lights shining. The upcoming meeting with Captain Lu Jiabing, one of my grandpa's old friends, a familiar feeling comes to my mind. Looking back, it feels like a distant world. The familiar figure makes me feel that my grandfather is near me. They have known each other since childhood. When they were young, in order to make a living, they put out to sea with fishermen and sailed the boat to the south, leaving many deep memories. He cautiously opens the neatly written transcripts of the ancestors, as if it is a ritual of reverence for them. He opens the compass and shows me pairs of antonym characters like Ziwu, Renbong, Sihai, Qiangsun. Each pair represents opposite directions. The captain could know how to judge the right direction with experience and words about sea currents, wind directions recorded in Geng Lu Bo. Whenever talking about the interesting stories at the distant seas, he is in good spirit. Today, Captain Lu occasionally does fishing in the nearby waters for fun and no longer risks sailing for survival. That sea, as if engraved in the eyes of the old captain, greatly stirs my feelings. Compared with the struggling survival of the old captains, the new generation of Tamen sailors can use satellite navigation to work at sea more easily and safely. Golubu has already been off the historical stage, but in mind of Tamen people, it is an immortal legend handed down by their ancestors. They have lived by sea for generations, blazing not only a golden waterway for fishing, but also the well-known maritime Silk Road.